So I'm sitting out here relaxing, trying to have a peaceful evening. And I wanted to talk for a second about what I brought up earlier in one of my previous videos about the systems of control, dismantling, the web of lies and subjugation, and all this crap that's been piled on us for however long, how it's all just starting to fall apart. Now, a lot of you might notice that their cars are starting to break down, okay? Also, they're starting to have physical wear and tear, like cracks, all these outward signs of like degradation, right? Okay, so the reason that's happening is, I've said it before, most of these cars, most of these cars are not cars, okay? They're not cars. They are, I mean, honestly, sometimes the way I've seen them, they've just come across as like orbs. You know what I'm saying? But what you need to understand is what we're seeing is the projection of a car. Because when you are down here in this realm, you have to play by certain rules. You have to take certain forms. You have to look certain ways. That's why we're playing this whole stupid game. That's why, you know, oh, I'm just a lawn maintenance man, or oh, I'm just the mail person, or they're all playing. It's all this part of this system. You have to play a part. You have to play by the rules to a point, right? And it doesn't matter. Like they'll switch things up and they'll change, but it's like because the core system is dismantling and falling apart. Even if it's on an energetic level, down here, it needs to manifest in a certain way. You get what I'm saying? Like, on a higher level, it's falling apart. So down here, it has to manifest in a certain way. It has to project itself in a certain way. Does that make any sense? It's like, it can, like, if you see something for what it really is on a higher level or on the actual energetic level, it could just be, it could be a ship, it could be a UFO, it could be whatever. But because it's working under the rules of this three-dimensional lower realm, it has to show you, it has to project itself as a certain thing. You get what I'm saying? So, because of that, because this stuff is starting to break down, they're going to physically start to show wear and tear. Physically. Not just the vehicles, but like physically. They will start to show wear and tear. They're going to start to break down. Their stuff's starting to work. Anything that's being used in their whole system of control, like all this crap that they're using, notice where I'm pointing at right now. All this crap that they're using, if it's part of that system, it's going to start to fall apart. That's why you'll see the cars break down. That's why you'll see them in the middle of the street trying to fix their cars. It may not even be an actual car. But see, they're playing this game like, oh, we're in this three-dimensional matrix, so we're playing to that whole system. We're playing that part. I'm not really a car. I'm not really a person, but I'm playing the part. So at the core, it might just be an energetic problem. At the core, the energy is falling apart. That's what you need to understand. At the core, the energy behind it all is falling apart. The force, the system is falling apart. Because of that, anything that you see in the physical, and I'm using the word physical loosely, anything that you see in the physical that is linked to that is going to show wear and tear. It's going to start breaking down. I don't care if it's a house. I don't care if it's a car, a person, a tree, anything that's part of that system is going to start to break down and dissolve away. So their cars, because they use these cars as tools of oppression and control and manipulation, naturally the cars are going to be one of the first things they're going to start to break down and start to blow up in their faces. So yeah, like I said, in some, I guess you could say that some of these cars are cars, but a lot of them aren't. There's something else altogether. And it's so funny because the more and more you like actually pay attention, the easier it is to see. The easier it is to see. If we had, if and this is all, this is all just projections of the time period. If it was 500 years ago, they would project themselves in accordance to whatever the time period was. Now, it's easier for them to move about in front of everybody. That's one of the reasons why this technological rollout was so fast between 1940 and now. It's so they could move around like they're moving around now. It was harder for them to move around before because they didn't have a method necessarily that allowed them to just move around as they do now. But anyway, that's why this is happening. That's why these things are happening. That's why their cars, they've got freaking lights hanging off their cars. That's why they've got cracks everywhere. That's why the engines are blowing up. And they'll continue to blow up. And they'll continue to do what they do. But that's okay. Because they can't do anything else. They'll never just say, I give up and stop. They'll never do that. They'll never do that. They will follow you around with the freaking, with the engines like hanging out the car, smoke's billowing everywhere, the hubcap, like because that's just what they do. It's their nature. That's what they do. Just be glad that's not what you do and that's not what your nature is. Because what they are is sad. Sad as shit. Like, that's what they are. That is their existence in life. Anyway, so, just thought I'd talk about that. Just thought I'd explain that for a bit. Hope you guys are doing okay. Talk to you soon.